Greet the sharks, my daughter-in-law whispered, pushing me from the yacht. My son only stood there, grinning. Can you imagine the sting of betrayal so deep, it makes the freezing Atlantic Ocean feel warm by comparison? Because that's exactly what it felt like when my own son, my flesh and blood, pushed me overboard, leaving me to die, all for an inheritance. What would you do if your world was shattered by the people you trusted most? Honestly, I should have seen it coming. At 67, maybe I was just a little too naive, still clinging to the old idea that family meant something, that blood was thicker than, well, you get it. The morning started beautifully, almost deceptively so. David called me himself, not his assistant. That should have been my first red flag, right? He invited me on a celebration cruise on his brand new yacht. Mom, he'd said, his voice warm with what I thought was genuine affection, we want to toast your recovery from surgery. Just the three of us, like a real family. I was 6 weeks out from a hip replacement, and I was desperate. Desperate for any sign that my son and his wife, Vanessa, still wanted me around. Ever since my husband, Robert, died 2 years ago, leaving me with his tech empire fortune, things had been different. Colder. So I dressed carefully that morning in the navy blue dress Robert always said brought out my eyes, and took a taxi to the marina. The yacht was magnificent, truly. A gleaming white vessel that probably cost more than most people's houses. David greeted me with an embrace that felt performative. Forced. Vanessa watched from the deck, her smile sharp as broken glass. Isn't she beautiful? David gushed, gesturing to the boat. 42 feet of pure luxury. We're thinking of taking her to the Caribbean next month. What he didn't mention was that they'd bought it with the $3 million I'd given them last year, money I thought was for his consulting firm. I was starting to suspect that money had never seen the inside of a business account. The first hour was pleasant enough. We sailed into calm waters, the Massachusetts coastline shrinking behind us. Vanessa served mimosas, talking about renovating my old house, the one I'd signed over to them after Robert died, thinking downsizing to a condo would be simpler for me. But then David started asking questions. Casual ones at first, about my will, about the trust arrangements, about whether I'd considered making changes to simplify things for them. He refilled my champagne glass with a little too much enthusiasm. It's just that probate can be so complicated, Mom, he said. We want to make sure everything's taken care of. That's when I noticed Vanessa. She was filming me with her phone. Not openly, no. She held it at an angle, pretending to take selfies, but her camera was clearly pointed at me, capturing me drinking, talking about finances, building some kind of evidence. The pieces clicked into place with horrifying clarity. The power of attorney documents they'd rushed to. Full story video added in below.